It's small and, it looks easy. Plus, it's on sale. You know what I mean? And I mean, come on, man. A gun's a gun, right? Not exactly. Is this not a good choice? Son, you want my personal opinion or you just want to buy it and be done with? No, please tell me if I'm making a mistake. Is a 22 a good gun or a bad gun? Son, in my personal opinion, you're better off tickling them as far as I'm concerned. All you're gonna do is aggravate the situation. Okay, you're just gonna piss them off is what I'm trying to tell you. Well, Jim, listen to my thought process. My whole idea for the gun is I'm gonna use the gun more so like as a deterrent. So if somebody breaks into the house, they're gonna see this big, bald Mexican holding a gun, and then they're gonna think twice and then rob my neighbors instead. Son, if somebody breaks into your house and they have a gun, they're gonna know you're holding a 22. And I'll tell you what's gonna happen. They're gonna take it from you, and they're gonna beat the holy hell out of you with it, right? And the beating you're gonna get from a 22 is gonna hurt a hell of a lot more than the bullets coming out of a 22. That's for damn sure. Now listen, I don't know you, but I think I know your situation. And correct me if I'm wrong. You wanna protect your home. Yes. Your family. Yes. Your valuables. Yes. All right, follow me. I think I got just what you need right here, okay? You see this right here? This here's a 9mm to start, okay? A 9mm is a solid firearm. 2 to the chest, that man is going down 10 out of 10. However, I got this special military grade ammunition over here. I got this here bullet. It's called a spreader. Yeah, that's what
He's like Santa with all his ho-ho-hos. Yeah.
I still want to go out. I still want to have fun. I want to make connections, but unfortunately, I don't trust people. I'm afraid. I can meet people really easy, but then I find out what they're up to, and that sucks. My heart is guarded now, super guarded. There's a wall, and then a wall, and then a wall, and a wall, and a wall, and a wall. I'm like the only Mexican who likes walls. So moving forward, I can tell you, I don't want to be in another relationship. I'm actually doing okay. I still want to go out, but I don't want to be in a committed relationship. I don't. No. Oh, what do you mean, boo? The fact that I'm being honest about that I don't want to be in a relationship, I think there's something to be said about that. I could easily lie, meet someone, say that we're boyfriend, girlfriend, and have a thing or whatever, but does it mean anything if your behavior doesn't change? I'm being upfront and honest. All I want, watch, to the guy that booed me for saying I don't want to be in a relationship. Raise your hand so I can, okay, you're famous. So, to you, what is your name?
Justin.
Justin.
Yes.
Dustin, all right, Dustin. Sorry, forget Dustin. Like, we're not chill, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, right, forget America. All right, Dustin. Me not wanting to be in a traditional relationship is a honest thing because I can tell you, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm obligated to participate in things that don't make me feel like a good person. And at the age of 47, I'm tired of arguing, yelling, feeling guilted, feeling obligated, not smiling more. I'm good, man. I am. But I still want to go out. So I just want to be upfront and honest. All I need, Dustin, watch, is someone to eat with. Someone to drink with. Someone to go to movies with. And someone to cuddle with. I heard you. Estoy gordo, no sordo. I heard you, goddammit. So, anyway, He gives me this advice. Cut the cussing out of your show, take out the filthy material. And I don't know why I listened, but I did. And he was absolutely right. All of a sudden, I started getting opportunities left and right. I started getting booked at colleges, high schools, churches, fairs, and then the big one, casinos. Back in the day, you had to be squeaky clean to perform at a casino. But that's not the case anymore. Now, if you can sell tickets, it doesn't matter what you do up here, they want to book you. But back in the day, there was only a few people who could pull it off. And I was fortunate enough to be one of those people. So I remember I got booked to perform at a casino called Morongo in Southern California. And I'm backstage with the booker, the lady that hired me for the function. And she goes, so, no cussing, right? I go, no cussing. No filthy material? No filthy material. Good luck out there. And it was just me. I didn't have openers. It was just me. It was a voiceover on this freaking speaker, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome comedian funny man, Gabriel Iglesias. And then I walked out there, right? I offended the entire audience in 5 seconds. And I did it without cussing. Freaking 22-year-old kid goes up on stage, looks at the crowd and says, hey everybody, is this a regular casino or is this an Indian casino? You see how you all know? I didn't know. I didn't know because I didn't have TikTok to teach me. What I did have was a life experience that I'll never forget. As soon as I said that, the entire front row, which comprised of the tribal members from the casino, they all stood up, and one of them called me out in front of the entire audience. Hey, you don't say that anymore. The proper term is Native American. Please show respect. And me estás matando, no. But I can't do that to them. I can't put them in 68 degrees. They get snippy. They get evil. They're like, oh my God, what's your problem? It's so cold. It's so cold. It's so cold. Well, fucking eat something. I'm tired of sweating. But yeah. Anyway, Dustin, I apologize. I wasn't trying to turn this into a TED Talk. I don't want you to think that I don't believe in love, because I do. And anyone who can pull it off, I commend you for it. I have met so many couples over the years. I've met 20-year couples, 30-year couples, 40-year couples, 50-year couples. I met one 55. Yeah, I call them unicorns. I'll tell you the story. I was in Savannah, Georgia, and I had just finished filming the second Magic Mike movie. Now, yeah, I know. For those of you that don't know, I was in Magic Mike. Yes. I know, I was the only one who didn't get naked. Magic Mike, not Tragic Mike, so let's remember that, okay? I was the only one who didn't get naked. So, here's the thing. After the movie, after we wrapped, my manager, Joe, tells me, he says, dude, man, congratulations on another project. I want to take you out for a steak dinner to celebrate. I said, let's go. So he takes me to this restaurant called Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Now, very popular chain around the country. We go there, we sit down, and here comes the server. And the server's real bubbly. He's just, hey guys, what's going on? Are we celebrating anything today? Actually, yes, we are. Well, guess what? You're not the only ones. You see that couple over there in the booth? That couple is celebrating 55 years of marriage today. And we're like, what? So we look. I said, how come they're not talking? Got chills on that one. Mira. That was beautiful. I love you too. And that, seriously, you guys, thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. There are fans, and then there's what you just did right now. I don't know any other comedian that gets this type of love and loyalty. Thank you so much. I'm not getting off the stage yet, because I still got more to go. But I want to say thank you for that. Thank you. So when I started doing stand-up in 1997, the only place that would allow me to go up on stage and do what I do were bars. Dive bars, rough bars. Martina and I, that's where we met many, many, many years ago. We're performing at this bar in Montebello, California. And you had to fight with the crowd. You had to fight because there was so much noise. There were TVs that were on. People were drinking. People were smoking. People were doing everything in there but paying attention. So you had to come out quick trying to get them to laugh. And one night, this comedian pulls me aside and he goes, "Hey, kid." And when he called me kid, I got upset. I'm like, I could drink. But I was 21 years old. And, you know, even though I thought I was grown, I wasn't. I wasn't grown. I got upset that he pulled me aside. He goes, "Can I give you some advice?" I'm like, who does this guy think he is to try to give me advice? I'm funnier than him. That's what I thought, because at the age of 21, I was a punk. I really was. And so I don't know what got into me where I said, "Sure, I'll hear you out." And I just stood there. And he said, "Listen, you're really likable on stage, and that's rare. I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. If you cut all the cussing out of your show and start taking the filthy material out, I think you're gonna have a long career ahead of you." And I know I said take the cussing out, and I said the F word twice tonight. Technically, three times. I said it 3 times. But I'm being mindful of it. I'm keeping count. It's not every other word. Plus, we're in a casino. Okay? No one loses their ass and says, "Aw, shucks." No. I heard some of you cussing before the show. When the fuck is this gonna start? Yeah, I heard.
1 year ago, this city was flipped upside down by a hurricane. Un cabrón named Harvey. And they said that this city would never be the same. I think it's beautiful that a year later, we're all here celebrating together the fact that this city is resilient. And you guys persevered. Houston strong, baby. Yeah, that's serious. In all sincerity, guys, I'm not trying to kiss your ass. I already got your money. Friggin' Houston, I love this town. I've been coming here for 20 years. 20 years. Started off performing at a comedy club called the Laugh Stop. And then, of course, we jumped over to the Improv, and then I performed everywhere. I even did a one-nighter in Tomball. That's a long story for the people at home. I won't even get into that. I want to give you guys a heads up and let you know now that tonight I feel extra comfortable. You're gonna notice that you might hear a little bit more Spanish than you normally would. And you can't do that just anywhere, but you can do that in Houston. Now, to everyone watching at home who's freaking out like, "Oh my God,
I didn't sign up for this."
If I say something in Spanish, my promise is to translate immediately so that everyone enjoys the show, okay? Because I know the second I said Spanish, people are freaking out, you know? All the people that drove in from the Woodlands are like, "Hey." And for everyone at home, what does he mean by that? The people from the Woodlands, you know. No, he is not referring to us. The nerve of him. He needs to go back where he came from, over by Airline Road. That's right. I know where you keep your brown people. This is awesome. This always pisses off Netflix. They're like, Gabriel, we really wish you would just do a show that's general, that everybody understands. Why do you have to make your show so personal? Only people in that city are gonna get it. Well, when you have an arena full of people, you want them to get it. You want that extra personal, special touch. I don't care what they say, I already got the check. So let me give you a heads up as to what has happened since the last time I did a special. My son Frankie is now 19 years old. 19 years old, high school graduate. He has all his shots, ladies. People tell me all the time, you know, why do you talk about your son so much? Because he won't leave. Does he like it when you talk about him? I said, no, he hates it. Well, why do you do it? Because he won't leave. I'll tell you what he likes to do right now. He likes to sit around the house and watch videos of other kids playing video games. See, some of you are clapping. I didn't know that was an actual thing. I asked him, what are you doing? I'm watching other kids playing video games. I said, that's really? Why? Well, they're professionals. I'm like, why would you watch something that you could be doing? Because they're professionals. That's dumb. Really, Dad? Every Sunday, I see you watching football. How come you don't play? I didn't even argue, I just cut off the internet. My son's problem right now is that he has, according to him, too many options. Okay, that's his problem. I'm like, poor guy. I have so many options, Dad, I don't know what to do. Write them down, put them on a wheel, freaking. Today, plumber. Something. The problem is we go places, people find out he is my son, and then they offer him opportunities. He doesn't understand that that's not how the real world works. I know about struggling and clawing and fighting for the opportunity to do something. He doesn't get it yet. And that's my fault. For example, I take him and his mom out to dinner, okay? I took them both to Red Lobster. Now, Houston, me personally, I love Red Lobster, okay? And not even for the seafood. I'm talking about the biscuits. Oh, yeah. So we're sitting there and we're having a conversation with our son about life, opportunity, what does he want to do with himself? And as we're talking to him, the manager from Red Lobster walks over to our table. And he's being really cool, right? He's like, hey. And I'm like, hey. He looks at my son. Is this the infamous Frankie? I said, why, yes, it is. He just graduated. Congratulations. And he's looking for a job. The manager goes, oh, say no more. And he gives my son a business card. And then he starts to say, listen, Frankie, this is all you have to do. Just go online and fill out the application. Once it's registered, call me personally and I'll see to it that you get an interview. The only position we have available right now is for a host, but there's plenty of room for opportunity here at Red Lobster. Besides, you got one hell of a reference. And then he walked away and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get free biscuits. My son looks at me and says, I don't want to work at Red Lobster. I said, Frankie, no one is making you work anywhere. This is just another opportunity that you're wasting. Okay, no Red Lobster. What's your plan? Oh, I don't know. I got frustrated, so I raised my voice. Well, you better start thinking. His mom didn't like that. Don't talk to him like that. I said, look, biscuit blocker. See, up to this point, we have agreed on how we raise our son. But in this situation, she's trying to protect him from the world. I'm trying to prepare him for the world. If he cannot handle me raising my voice to get his attention, to see the bigger picture, he's not ready for a world that doesn't care about his feelings. So I say, you know what? I gotta have a one-on-one with him. I gotta have a one-on-one without... So I take him out to the movies. We get in the car, we take off. Little 20-minute drive, okay? As we're driving, I figure I'll have a little one-on-one with him. Maybe this way it doesn't feel like a talk. I thought he understood what I was trying to say. It's late, we're leaving the movies, we're pulling out of the parking structure, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a cop car. And I made a sound, I was like, ugh. And Frankie goes, what is it, Dad? I said, there's a cop at the light. What are you worried about? He's gonna stop us. How do you know? Watch. I made that left turn. Frankie's losing it. It's happening! I said, relax. I pull over. Cop pulls up from behind. Immediately. Driver, windows down. Oh. Driver, hands out the window.
Serious?
Both of them. I can't, I'm fat! He gets to the window and he's got the flashlight and he shines the light right in my face. He's like, license? Yeah. Here. He takes the license and then, of course, do you know why I stopped you? Officer, no, I don't, but I'm sure you're about to tell me. You don't have a front plate on your car. I said, officer, you're absolutely right. I do not have a front plate on my car, but my name is actually on the front of the car. Excuse me, my name is on the front of the car. I own a 2012 Ford Flex, and the Ford Flex has the actual word flex written on the hood. I have a friend who does custom automotive work, and he took all the letters off the car except for the letter F, and he made letters so that it spells fluffy on the hood. Okay? Yeah, it sounds impressive. You can do it too for like $23. It's not that bad. They're like refrigerator magnets. You can even move them. Like one day a letter flew off and it said Foofy. Look at me, que pendejo. I know, stupid, right? So the officer walks around to the front of the car and he takes his flashlight and he shines the light right on the hood. And he does this, he goes, I knew it! And my son goes, what does that mean? I said, that means we get to go. I took a
I just want to know how many Latinos in the crowd tonight? Now, notice I asked Latinos. I wasn't very specific. Because if you call a Latino the wrong one, there's an issue. You call a Mexican, a Salvadorian, we get mad. You call a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, they get mad. You call a Cuban anything but a Cuban, you're going to get stabbed. So for everyone here and everyone at home, I have found a way to figure out who's who. It's very easy. All you have to do is listen to the way the person is speaking Spanish. You don't have to understand a single word, just listen to the flow. That'll let you know. For example, Mexicans, when we speak Spanish, we sound high. Seriously, you ask us a question, we drag it out. Hey bro, how's it going?
Pues aquí nomás, hombre. Pues tú sabes, güey.
You know, Cubans, I found out Cubans, you guys speak Spanish like everything means something. It's very serious. You ask a Cuban a question, bro, where you going? Al baño, coño, carajo, why you wanna know? Just asking, dude. It's like, why is he yelling? I don't know. And I found out Puerto Ricans, you guys speak Spanish like there's a time limit. Ask a question, hey bro, what's up? Oh, mira, bro, el otro día estaba con Hitch, me estaba platicando que chacha Benito, yo no sé lo que estaba pasando aquí, no más por ahí. Dame más gasolina. Just fast. Even Mexicans were like, hey, write that down. Quick. Another way is the beverage. The beverage will let you know who you're dealing with. For example, a Mexican's preferred drink of choice is tequila, okay? A Puerto Rican's preferred drink of choice is either Don Q or Coquito. Right? And a Cuban's preferred drink of choice is coffee. Now let me tell you how I know about this one. So a few years ago, Martina and I were doing... I didn't know.
Easy 3 in the morning.
Easy 3 o'clock in the morning. We sit down at this... What do you... I... And I thought... Will Doug, I knew I messed up, bro. I knew I messed up.
See, up to this point, we have agreed on how we raise our son. But in this situation, she's trying to protect him from the world. I'm trying to prepare him for the world. If he cannot handle me raising my voice to get his attention, to see the bigger picture, he's not ready for a world that doesn't care about his feelings. So I say, you know what? I gotta have a one-on-one with him. I gotta have a one-on-one without... So I take him out to the movies. We get in the car, we take off. Little 20-minute drive, okay? As we're driving, I figure I'll have a little one-on-one with him. Maybe this way it doesn't feel like a talk. I thought he understood what I was trying to say. It's late, we're leaving the movies, we're pulling out of the parking structure, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a cop car. And I made a sound, I was like, ugh. And Frankie goes, what is it, Dad? I said, there's a cop at the light. What are you worried about? He's gonna stop us. How do you know? Watch. I made that left turn. Frankie's losing it. It's happening! I said, relax. I pull over. Cop pulls up from behind. Immediately, driver, windows down. Driver, hands out the window.
Serious?
Both of them. I can't, I'm fat! He gets to the window, and he's got the flashlight, and he shines the light right in my face. He's like, license? Yeah. Here. He takes the license, and then, of course, do you know why I stopped you? Officer, no, I don't, but I'm sure you're about to tell me. You don't have a front plate on your car. I said, officer, you're absolutely right. I do not have a front plate on my car, but my name is actually on the front of the car. Excuse me, my name is on the front of the car. I own a 2012 Ford Flex, and the Ford Flex has the actual word flex written on the hood. I have a friend who does custom automotive work, and he took all the letters off the car except for the letter F, and he made letters so that it spells fluffy on the hood. Okay? Yeah, it sounds impressive. You can do it too for like $23. It's not that bad. They're like refrigerator magnets. You can even move them. Like one day a letter flew off and it said foofy. Look at me, que pendejo. I know, stupid, right? So the officer walks around to the front of the car and he takes his flashlight and he shines the light right on the hood. And he does this, he goes, I knew it! And my son goes, what does that mean? I said, that means we get to go. Oh, Houston, for the first time in a long time, my son was actually impressed by something that I did. You gotta figure, this is not impressive to my son because he grew up in this environment, okay? You saw that, right? I saw like a... That's like the third one I've seen. It's like stuff keeps... People upstairs from Tombow. Keep talking. All right, I'll tell you guys what happened. Shakira performed here a few days ago, and Shakira has an amazing show, okay? She doesn't just come out and I think I just hurt myself. But there's a part of her show where all of a sudden it goes, and there's cannons with confetti that shoot everywhere, right? And I think that was leftover Shakira. Yeah. Can we edit out the part where I burned 800 calories? Oh my God. So where was I? Oh, this does nothing for my son. And the reason why I say that is because he grew up in this environment. He's been to 1,000 shows. He's seen me on TV 1,000,000 times. It's not a big deal. But the fact that I got stopped by a cop and the cop recognized me and geeked out and let us go, I earned street cred with my kid. Yeah, Frankie was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, hell yeah, cuz, that's right. You better recognize, player. We get home, he woke up his mom. Mom, you should have seen it. We got stopped by the cops. Are you okay? Yeah. They recognized Dad and they let us go. And she stayed quiet. And I told her, huh? I got recognized. And she said, ah. The fact that I got to meet Snoop was awesome. He looked for me. But every now and then I go out and I wanna meet people. I wanna see cool things. And for example, comedy. I'm a huge fan of comedy, not just performing it, but I love going to shows. I go to a comedy show every now and then alone. Now, I don't know if that sounds weird to you guys, but for me to do anything nowadays by myself, it's my crew, all the people that work for me, they freak out when I go places because they're always concerned for my safety. You know, what if someone tries to kidnap you? Well, they're gonna earn it. I got into a fight with some of my team members and I said, you know what, I'm going out. I bought myself a ticket and I went to go watch Chris Rock one night in concert. Now, I says, you know what? Maybe I can make my way backstage and, I don't know, if I get lucky, maybe I'll say hi to him. I've always wanted to meet him. So I go to the side of the stage and I run into security and I said, hey. He looked at me and said, Fluffy! And when he did that, I said, hey, listen, I forgot my keys. I'll be right back. And the guy's like, yeah, keep going, get your keys, get your keys, get your keys. I'm like, oh my God, that shit worked. Just like that, I snuck backstage at a Chris Rock concert. Once I was behind the curtain, I was in my element. I knew where everything was. I knew where the food was. I knew where the dressing rooms were, where the bathrooms were. I'm walking around with a soda. People are coming up to me. You know, we didn't know you were gonna be here. I got a call last minute. Looking for my keys. I says, you know what? I got this far. I'm gonna push it. I wanna meet him. I've always wanted to meet Chris Rock. It was not hard. Once I was back there, I just had to go to the dressing rooms. All I had to do was read the name on the door. I'm standing there in front of the door and I'm hyperventilating, just. The door opens up and there's this man in there, this bodyguard who's just massive. I'm a big guy, but damn, dude was huge. As soon as he opened the door, just. Welcome to Jurassic. Big! Grandote! And I'm standing there and I'm like, hi. And he's like, can I help you? Yes, my name is Gabriel. I'm a comedian and I wanted to see if I could say hi to Chris Rock, if that's possible. You say you're a comedian? Yes. Well, then you understand Chris is going over his material right now. He really ain't trying to talk to nobody. So I'll tell you what, player, if you want to come by after the show, you're more than welcome to. But right now, it's not a good time. Chris Rock is a busy man. Can I wave? Excuse me? Can I wave? What you mean? Can I wave at Chris? I don't have to come in. Can I wave? Chris Rock is in the room. He can hear the stupid conversation that's taking place. I know this because I can hear Chris Rock in the background. What's going on? Who's at the door? Move out the way. Yo, Chris, I got this, man. I got this. Move! All right. And the guy stands to the side, and now I'm looking at Chris Rock. And he recognized me. And it freaked me out. Oh, yeah, it freaked me out. He's like, ah, shit. Look who it is. Look who it is. It's the king of the Mexicans. Chris Rock called me the king of the Mexicans. For the rest of the show, everyone referred to me as El Chapo. I was celebrating the fact that I got away with that for so long. For so long. I snuck backstage at Chris Rock. I snuck backstage. Until karma showed up one day in the form of the most extreme fan I have ever had in 20 years of me being a comedian. I had someone who not only made it backstage, this person paid to get into my dressing room. Okay? Yeah, he didn't pay me, by the way. He didn't pay me. I'm an honest hoe. Okay? I made no money that day, all right? Yeah, if I would have gotten paid, you wouldn't be hearing this story. Here's the thing. I walk into my dressing room from the bathroom. I just finished showering up and I'm in a towel. I walk into the room, come to find out later that this man was a very wealthy businessman in the community, okay? And when I walked into the room, he's wearing a very, very nice suit. So when I saw the suit, I didn't give it a second thought because he looked professional. I thought maybe he was the general manager of the building, one of the concert promoters. He could have been someone's agent. So when I walked in the room, I'm like, Tao, can I help you? He looks at me, and it was the most uncomfortable conversation I have ever had. He looks at me and says, listen. I am not here to waste any of your time. Fluffy, I am prepared to take care of you. I will give you a new Lexus and an allowance that's more than what you make as a comedian. Leave with me. I was never more disgusted and offended at the fact that I was not gay. Because finally, somebody wants to take care of me. Do you know how many people I take care of? No one's ever offered me a Lexus, and they should. I felt horrible saying no to this guy. I still think about it. I still have the number. Houston, I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't know how this is gonna go over, but I'm gonna say it. I would be an amazing gay partner. I would, all the way up until that one part, but even then. Have you ever driven a Lexus? Those are nice. Sometimes you gotta take one for your own team. I'm just saying.